I've heard about ghost towns before, old mining camps, forgotten settlements, places that just faded with time. But this place, this town, was different. It didn't fade, it vanished. It started when I was researching strange disappearances for a project. Most were isolated, a missing hiker, a lost plane. But then I stumbled across a reference to a place called Ashwick Hollow. At first, I thought it was just another abandoned village. But the deeper I dug, the more I realized this wasn't abandonment. This was erasure. Ashwick Hollow wasn't ancient. It was a living town less than 50 years ago. Population 317. It had shops, schools, families. But one night, according to reports, the entire town went silent. No cars left the roads, no survivors walked out. And when people finally went looking, there was nothing but silence. Houses full of meals that had never been finished. Radios still on. Lights glowing in the dark. But no people. Not a single trace. Curiosity got the better of me. I needed to see it myself. Driving there was unsettling. The road narrowed, the trees grew thicker, and the GPS signal began to fail. By the time I reached the edge of Ashwick Hollow, the sun was already low, casting long shadows across the cracked pavement. The first thing I noticed, the silence. No wind, no birds, not even the buzzing of insects. Just a blanket of stillness that pressed against my ears, making me feel like I'd gone deaf. The houses looked frozen in time. Toys left on porches, cars parked neatly in driveways, some with doors wide open. Shops with faded signs still had products on their shelves. Milk cartons, cereal boxes, canned goods, all untouched. The school playground still had a swing swaying back and forth, though there was no breeze to move it. And then I saw it. On the wall of the town hall, someone had painted words in thick, uneven strokes. "Do not break the silence." I laughed nervously at first, thinking it was vandalism left behind. But the longer I stayed, the heavier the silence felt. It wasn't just absence of noise, it was something alive, like the silence itself was listening. I tried calling out just once, a simple, "Hello." The sound didn't echo, it didn't carry, it just stopped, cut off mid-air as if swallowed by something. And then, faintly, from the corner of the street, I thought I heard footsteps. I told myself it was my imagination. But when I looked back, I swore one of the figures in the shop window, just a mannequin, I thought, had turned its head slightly toward me. I forced myself to keep moving. In the diner, half-eaten meals sat on tables. Plates of food untouched for decades, yet not rotten, not decayed, as though time itself refused to move forward here. Upstairs in one of the houses, I found journals. Entries from the last days of Ashwick Hollow. They started normal, complaints about neighbors, work, weather. But then the last pages grew frantic. One wrote, "The silence is growing. We can't speak anymore. Every word feeds it." Another, "We locked the children in the church basement. We told them not to scream, no matter what they see." And the last entry, scrawled violently across the page, "The silence is here. It's inside the walls." That's when I realized. I hadn't heard my own breathing for the past few minutes. My footsteps made no sound. Even the beating of my heart was gone, or maybe just muffled by whatever force was holding this place. I panicked. I tried to run back to my car, but the roads twisted, streets repeated. No matter how many turns I made, I always ended back at the town square, staring at those painted words. "Do not break the silence." But I already had. That's when I saw them. Figures standing at the edge of the street. Dozens. Pale outlines of people, their mouths open in eternal screams, but no sound came out. They weren't shadows, they weren't ghosts, they were echoes. The townspeople, trapped inside the silence itself. The figures began to move toward me. Slow, deliberate, soundless. And with each step they took, the silence grew heavier, pressing against my chest, smothering me. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't scream. I couldn't even think. I don't remember how I got out. The next thing I recall is sitting in my car miles away, the town gone from my rearview mirror as though it had never existed. But sometimes, when I wake in the middle of the night, I realize I can't hear anything. No hum of the fridge, no ticking clock, no distant cars outside. Just silence. And when that happens, I remember the warning. Do not break the silence, because if I do, I think Ashwick Hollow will come back for me.